Mel,
Brandon,
good to see you.
damn good to see you.
It's New Year's Eve,
It is.
2019.
Yeah, so this is it's our last chance to get a shot in.
I know, it is.
So next year, 2020, that's some good vision.
That's Trump's vision.
2020. Damn. So yeah, we can't, politics, the city hadn't been having any meetings. They've been avoiding, I think they're avoiding meeting or having Jim Cypern at the meeting. So I think they're intentionally.
Yeah, so we don't really have any city discussion right now, right? I mean, we got a few things on the horizon we'd like to
We
work
can talk
on.
about disparity in infrastructure.
Of course we could. Wage disparity in infrastructure, of course. But no, city's been kind of on a hiatus, trying to get back in the city politics, and we will. But tonight, Mel and I, we talked over lunch, and we wanted to get together and talk about Sunday's events down in Texas with the church shooting. And you know, it's not real local. It's obviously national politics, and it's such a big topic. But it could happen here. So we definitely wanted to touch on it and give you our 2 cents and go from there.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if you guys live under a rock and the only thing you watch is our show, which is highly unlikely, there was on Sunday a church down in, what was that? What was that place? Down in Texas.
I don't know.
Somewhere in the middle of Texas.
I don't know what time it was.
Whitewater or something,
It
Texas.
was White Settlement.
White Settlement, Texas?
Yeah.
So anyhow, a deranged shooter pretended to be going to this church and striking out again.
Gee.
The millennial matches.
Millennial
Keep
matches.
going.
They're green and blue, which kind of, those are soft. Those are soft, sweet colors. But like a millennial, the green's fake. These are not anything special, except they don't work. And just like a millennial, when you push it, they just break. So you push it to work, and they break. So one of our staunch friends of the show, old timer stuff. This way the old people did this stuff. This is one. This one.
Real matches for real people.
I'm gonna take out one match. I went through 4 millennial matches. Take out one match. But your red scarf matches your eyes. Close your coat for striking. Father's got the ship fitted blues. Oh, come on. There we go. Don't fail me now. Don't fail. Look at that. Look at it. Burning bright.
So anyhow, a deranged guy showed up at a Texas church pretending to be a participant of the church.
It
And
even tastes better. Smoother.
the red matches taste better?
It's not the color, it's the age. It's the fact that you don't have to reinvent the damn match. Green. Oh, God. Anyway. So, problem solved.
Deranged guy shows up, tries to shoot a couple people at the church.
Yeah, deranged, because anybody do something like that is deranged. But you know, they also have a righteousness about them, where they think that they're doing the right thing, that they're going to accomplish something and be somebody, and they're going to prove their point. I've got a manifesto. I'll bet they find a manifesto. I bet they find some craziness that this guy has immersed himself in.
The latest I've seen is he was, whether or not this is actual fact, but is what I've seen on the national news today, but the guy was a transient in the community, and he had tried to go to that church and collect cash or money at one point.
Is that a fact?
And they shot him down. Good beer, ain't it?
That is good beer. Boulevard.
Space Camper.
Boulevard. Space Camper. Cosmic IPA. Juicy Hop Blast. Where'd we get this at?
Well, I actually got this as a Christmas gift from Uncle Dave, but you can find it at our fine sponsors at Duval Liquor Lane.
Excellent. This really is good beer.
It is great beer.
Great way to end the year with a good beer. Not, how do you top pumpkin Cosmic Pumpkin, though, with Cosmic Space Beer. With Cosmic IPA trumps. Get it? Trumps. Cosmic IPA trumps.
Space Force beer.
Space Force. Woo! Space Force beer. I like it. Good.
But no, this hero guy that, one of many, really, at the church. So what happened, this deranged shooter pretends to be on the front row in the pew at the church, and then before church was getting going,
he started out in the service.
He was sitting there in the pew.
He got up? Oh, no
kidding. He got up from a pew and pulled out the shotgun from his coat and shot one of the guys, and then shot another guy. And then another armed churchgoer who's part of their security detail, which, I don't know how many people in that church were armed, but this church was well prepared. I mean, at least a half a dozen. I think one of the victims that got shot appeared to be armed from what I seen in the video, but nonetheless, he did engage two people, and I think he killed at least one of them, may have killed the other one, but the guy from the backfield, a few pews back, probably, I'm guessing, 10 to 15 yards back, neutralized the target. And so from the time the gunfight started to the time it ended, it was 6 seconds.
So he jumped from his pew and pewed and put the guy down.
That is exactly what happened.
This isn't the first church shooting that's been neutralized in Texas. The one guy, the guy, he was sitting down eating Sunday lunch, and here's this banging his kid.
Yeah, and he took a rifle.
He took an AR out
He took an AR-15, got in his truck and went down the road and went and neutralized everything that was going on at this church and chased the guy out of there.
Yeah, came and shot him dead. And then, but the church security guards, that's not a new thing either. A couple of years ago, there was a girl church security guard shot some perpetrator. She got wounded in the gun battle, but she put him down and saved a lot of people. This thought of not being armed in church, because, church, you assume they're all the shepherds there with all the sheep, and there's going to...
My point, the reason I wanted to talk about it is I think many of our viewers, and myself included, I grew lax to this. I mean, I used to carry regularly, especially when I was as a commissioner. I carried all the time because I had a lot of people that didn't like me. Most of them were probably not people that would shoot me. But you don't
think the other commissioners would have shot you?
No, I really don't. But I felt like I had a lot of enemies back then, or a lot more anyhow. But I've gotten lax over time, and I don't carry as often as I should, and. It's not that I don't feel safe, and I don't know if it matters whether I feel safe, but it's not necessarily for me. It's for those I'm around. I have the ability to protect them, and it's my responsibility.
And you said don't care as much as I should.
Yeah.
Because I think if you know how to handle guns, if you're in the gun culture, you know how to handle guns, I think you are.
It's your responsibility.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm saying you're not going to really protect yourself. If they're shooting at you, you ain't going to stop that bullet. You can't.
Yeah, a guy your size, are you really worried about somebody taking you down?
Never intimidated where I go. And I grew up in downtown St. Louis, and I know what intimidation is. But frankly, it's not about me. I'm not worried about myself. I'm worried about wives, kids, your kids, the old lady over there, total stranger.
Yeah, total stranger.
I mean, we're all, this thought of everybody should be wary of their surroundings. I mean, you just should be. That's just the way it is. I don't care where you're at. I don't care what country you're in. You be aware of your surroundings. But that should be for children, women and children, especially the weaker targets. I mean, the weaker people, that's the ones that get preyed on all the time. So that's who we're protecting. Not protecting ourselves, we're protecting them.
No, you're absolutely right. And I think we, and I called Mel today at lunch, and I was like, I want to talk about this, because this is a big deal, and, we haven't had anything totally horrific happen in Ark City in a number of years, but there's always an opportunity. That little town in Texas, I mean, could have easily been Ark City, Kansas. So
well, yeah, and you can't wait for the cops to get there.
Can't do it. Well, in the 6 seconds from the start of the gunfight to the end of it. I mean, there isn't a first responder out there that'll tell you how impressive time is, or how important time is, and to start a gunfight and end it in 6 seconds, that is incredible. I mean, you couldn't even get the 911 dispatcher to pick up the phone hardly in 6 seconds.
Well, the guy was obviously well trained to come out from a pew in church and draw.
He was stood up. He was already standing.
He was already standing.
He was already standing, but still, I mean, that's incredible.
Well, he's obviously cocked and locked. So
yeah, which is another good point.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, a lot of people don't like carrying a loaded firearm, and I understand that if you're not comfortable.
I don't carry a loaded firearm.
And I do, because I understand how.
And I agree that.
But I also carry a firearm I trust, and.
Well, it's not trust the firearm, trust yourself and the firearm, and I agree. And then that fraction of a second that it takes you to jack one in there might be too long.
Might be the
way
difference.
Too long. It could very well be the difference.
Or even having the ability to do it covertly or quietly. You know, I don't know what the scenario is, but it is important if you're going to carry. I think
if you're racking one in there, there's no more distinct sound on earth,
especially on a shotgun.
So I wonder if this guy wanted the shotgunner. I wonder if he jacked one in there and he was ready to go.
It appeared to be.
So he went in there with malicious intent.
Oh, absolutely.
And how people have that mindset, I mean, but they do have that mindset, but how they justify it is just beyond me. You know, the religious zealots, the extremists in religion, where they actually believe that that's their ticket to see Allah is by taking out the infidel.
Yeah, and I have no idea if this guy was a Quran supporter or who he was.
Why was he in the church?
I have no idea. I just don't know, and it doesn't matter to me. I don't give a shit what his faith or
I understand he was not a member, though.
No, absolutely not. But you know, any church is welcoming, and you know, generally with open arms. But to me, it's not even about the venue. The church is just another example, and it obviously gets more publicized because it should be a place that you can feel safe and feel protected. But you know, you guys need to carry to Walmart. I mean,
there's more mass shootings in California than anywhere. And California's got some of the strictest gun laws in the world. Countries that have guns at all. And also the city of Chicago, where there's like 1,200 shootings a weekend, and there's a zero gun within the city limits.
Yeah,
unless you're.
And the other thing too, the reason this whole thing kind of infuriates me to some degree is this is all stuff we're supposed to be doing, and then you watch national politics today and national news, and you got Joe Biden on there and Beto O'Rourke, two presidential candidates, and they're like, you know, what kind of country do we live in when you gotta carry guns in church to protect yourselves? Well, that's a bunch of crap. I mean,
after Japan,
this guy did something. You know, I mean, had he not been there, had all them, and it wasn't just him. I mean, there was a number of armed churchgoers at that church. Had they not been there, no telling what the death toll would have been. There was over 200 people in that church. Hell, it could have been all 200. You just don't know. And it could have been 3, and that was, I mean, 2 is bad enough. People to die, you know.
Well, if nobody was there, he could have reloaded. Nobody could do anything about it. I mean, the machete attack on the synagogue or the rabbi's house.
Yeah, that's
in New York. He killed
with a knife, with a machete.
He got like 12 people.
Yeah, I don't know if he killed them all, but
he didn't kill them all, but he
killed any of them, really.
They were throwing chairs at him and stuff. Like one armed guy, not armed,
not one physical arm, but one.
It only takes one arm, so it could have been a one-armed guy, an armed guy with one arm. He would have stopped it immediately.
Yeah. So if he'd had his Glock, it'd been a done deal. The machete would have met no match.
No match for a hollow point. So what do you carry?
You know, I'm a modern plastic carrying polymer gun toter.
Here's some matches for you.
Yeah, give me one of the millennial matches.
Millennial, they're green.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, green matches.
They won't even
Green
know.
New Deal. Try to get those to work.
So,
like any other millennial.
In the spirit of our show today, I actually brought one of my carry guns, but this is a Glock 43 single stack 9mm, nice. made of some of America's finest plastic.
They're made in Austria.
Well, you think that? That's what it says on the side. These could be made in America.
Oh, they could be.
I really don't know where they're made. It says Austria on the slide, but they're probably made somewhere here.
That's a G-Lock?
Yeah, Glock 43, single stack 9mm. Nice pistol.
Nice,
I've had the
reliable, very reliable.
Yeah. And trustworthy gun.
Yeah, very trustworthy. Very, very, very.
I've had these in a
rugged, shoot underwater, all kinds of stuff.
I've had them in a double stack, and they're nice, but the single stack is a lot more comfortable, and it's just not as heavy. You're not carrying
weight's a big deal.
You're not carrying as many bullets.
Weight's a big deal.
So, yep, great little pistol.
Yeah, yeah, and you know, millennial guns, it's all blocky and shit.
Yeah, blocky and it's cool, comfortable.
Mine is my age. These were built in the 50s.
45 or?
No, you know what? I agree with 45, but it's a 9mm, like you said,
Oh.
lightweight, single stack 9.
Beautiful pistol.
Yeah, that is a quality concealed carry gun. You see, look at your squared off.
Yeah, everything's been honed up, smoothed up,
yeah.
no sights.
No, you don't need sights. If you're any good, you can't see them anyway when you're fighting.
Beautiful gun, Mel.
Gun. Yeah, peanut maple. Oh yeah, aluminum framed.
I will say this is prettier than my Glock pistol.
Commander lightweight. You don't have to be very pretty to be prettier than a G-Lock. You know, if you're drinking space beer, you get a space gun. If you're drinking Falstaff, you carry one of those.
Is it? Did Greg Copeland do
Greg
this?
Copeland, it's a Greg Copeland gun.
Yeah,
Yes, it is.
I miss that guy. That's one thing in 19 we lost. We lost a hell of a gunsmith.
Oh, my friend, that makes me cry. It's pointless to go shoot.
Beautiful pistol.
Got nobody to work on our stuff.
Greg was a, I don't want to say world renowned, but at least,
In my world, it's renowned.
yeah, one of the finest 1911 pistol smiths, at least in the Midwest.
And in the gun world, we're more. I mean, we cover a lot of
Territory.
places, a lot of places in the gun
But
world.
Greg passed this year in 2019, but incredible gunsmith and
Steve, my friend.
he was a good friend of Mell's for certain, and a friend of mine for that matter. But he was a great gunsmith, and he could fix any pile of crap gun you had. You know what I like about Greg? If you brought him a pile of shit, he'd tell you.
He carries the power shit. I think I bought him a Harrington and Richard top rate 22, and he said, "I won't even work on
I
that."
wasn't gonna work on
What
that
do you
piece
mean?
of crap.
Those things. What do you have that
He
for?
just-
So it's sitting over there as a child's toy now.
Yeah,
But the guy was, that the gun culture is built around guys like that had the inherent knowledge of the mechanics of the gun, but he also did the cool stuff to it. He put the peanut maple grips on, handmade grips, and smoothed this baby up. It's all slicked up, all streamlined, and functionally absolutely perfect.
yeah, and reliable.
And extremely reliable, very reliable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got
that's-
some stories I can tell you about. I'll tell you a quick story. Cause I got to put myself in a good light on these stories too. I can't. So I got a grudge match. We're sitting there talking about guns and revolvers and stuff. And I cannot shoot all you guys. And I said, no, you couldn't. Well, Greg was a master pistol shooter with a revolver. He could flat shoot. Not only was he a good mechanic, he could flat shoot a revolver.
Yeah,
he could.
great with the revolver. Not like Jerry Mickle, good, but very good.
Yeah, probably not like Jerry Mickle, good. Not like Jerry, but so we've all got these Smith 625 competition revolvers where they shoot 45 ACP, but it's in a full moon clip. So you hit the button, the cylinder pops out, you eject the shells one end, just throw another 6 in there, and you can reload them. Not quite as fast as a magazine fed gun, but pretty damn fast. And so we have this grudge match between him and Mike Graham and myself, and I'm telling him, I'm bragging, we're trying to get in their psyche and say, yeah, you guys think you're good? I'm going to show you what good's all about. So we get up there, and we're over at Sam Hunt's place, put this array of targets up, and I think I might have gone first. Well, I pull my gun out, and ting, ting, gun quit working. Well, it had a little bit of a mainspring, because, these competition guns are on the
Deckled edge of performing.
they're really way out there. It's not an uncommon thing, but and I hadn't shot it in a while, so blah blah blah. But Greg was my mechanic, so he goes, this is sabotage. This only way you can win is by my gun not running.
Of course.
Well, he takes a screwdriver and fixes it real quick. Oh, you're not a smart guy. I see where you're at now. Damn it. So he opens up and he pulls out and plays and then he reloads. Mows these things down. And oh shit, I don't know if I can do that. So Mike Graham gets up there. Mike Graham is a good shooter, he's not as good as Greg, but Mike Graham can flat shoot too. He pulls out, targets are flying, dirt's flying, smoke in the air, and so it's my turn. And I'm like, God damn it! So there's a penalty for a no-shoot target. And I can't remember, it was like 3 seconds, something like that. It was a penalty if you didn't shoot a target, and there's like 30 targets. And so I got mathematically in my head. I'm thinking, oh, okay. So it was my turn. The buzzer goes beep. I pull out, ping, shoot one target, clear my pistol, show clear, bolster. I'm like, what are you doing? Let's add them up. Well, I figured out that mathematically you can't shoot them as fast as the penalty.
So you could take the failure to engage.
Failure to engages and still have a better score with the penalties than they could shooting out the targets.
So you outsmarted them.
So I won.
You cheated.
Outshot them.
You cheated.
Why do you say that? I won.
Tell me how that would have worked at the church.
I only needed one shot. Got that first shot off in a hurry, and that's all. It only took him. I can't believe the guy shot him one time.
I know, that's incredible.
Oh, I think I would have got, it's called trigger fixation.
Empty the magazine.
Absolutely, and then go for the reload. Yeah, I don't know how I just shot one time, but of course it may have been that the guy hit the ground so fast couldn't get a second shot off, which that'd be disappointing. You get an opportunity like that, and you never know how you're actually going to react in the spur of the moment.
And I hope I never have to find out.
Yeah, really. I hope I do, but I know I don't really. It's like the Civil War thing. Oh, we don't want a Civil War. We don't want anything to do with that. That's why this dealing Syria, sending these troops in there, scaring the shit out of me.
Anything else, Mel? I mean, it's New Year's. We got to get going.
Yeah, we got fireworks to shoot off and drinking to do, and
I'm gonna
bring in that new.
I'm gonna Uber my way around tonight.
Uber.
Well,
what's that? You don't know. I have a car.
Oh, they're kind of like plastic guns. They work.
Hey, how do you spell Uber? It's not even. Doesn't have enough syllables involved. It doesn't even be a word, does it?
It works.
Uber, Lyft. Oh, I hear about it all the time. Everybody's saying Uber, Lyft, whatever. And it's a great idea. We used to call our wives. Come and get me.
Anything else?
I can't think of it. There's plenty of others. Well, wait a minute. We didn't talk about wage disparity or infrastructure yet.
Of course not.
We got another year. We got another year to talk about that.
No, we got to go.
All right, my friend.
Hey, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year's to you too.
Mell More.
I'm trying to think of a language to close the year out on.
How about American or English?
Adios, MFers. How about that? That's American.